Welcome to All in One, ladies and gentlemen. This is the podcast where we keep it real, we keep it authentic. Tonight, you know what? We're gonna take a trip down memory lane and do some comparisons. Like I remember when I was a kid, I could go to the little corner store, get a 12-ounce can of soda, bag of chips, and 5 of those little cookies out the jar off the counter for 50 cents. When I first started driving, gas was 88 cents a gallon. And my boy, we used to ride down the road, we bumping, I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying?
I got 5 on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and today it's like, bro, you damn near got to do a credit check just to get a combo meal. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. We're gonna talk about it today. You know what I'm saying? So Arya, talk to me. What do you remember about the prices from back in the day to today?
Yeah, I mean, I remember used to go to the store all the time and we used to like get the drinks and stuff like that. And I don't ever remember drinks ever being over $1. Like ever being over $1. And the fact that they are now $3 and $4 or a little 20, this little thing right here, this thing, it used to be less than $1. I don't recall ever spending more than $1. And I was trying to remember, like, when was the first time I spent even 99 cents for one of these things? Like, I have no clue when that was. It just feels like it just came out of nowhere. And we used to go to the store and they used to have like the pack of now laters. Or is it now and later? I think it's now and later. Because I used to say, eat it now, hard and chewy, or hard and fruity, eat it later, soft and chewy. So it was now and later. Or
Right.
now, yeah.
Now and
So,
later.
right. But they used to have like the little single packs, or they used to have the triple packs. Either way, it didn't matter which one you got, it was still super cheap. Like we get to choose for like 1 cent. Literally, the little Tootsie Roll chews, those things are super cheap. They were like 1 cent for those chews, and you just buy a whole bunch of them. And now they're like, oh no, it's like $5 an ounce. And it's like $5 an ounce? That's like 10 chews, if that. like who are y'all selling these to? Kids is broke. Y'all can't be selling them to kids. The thing is, no one's complaining about it and people are still buying it. And that's why it's okay. Now people just was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm never buying this ever again. We're not doing this anymore. They might have to rearrange, how they start selling stuff. But nope. I mean, even the candy ladies are expensive nowadays. I'm just saying, like, how in the world can you go to the candy lady and now one bag of chips? Because we kind of had something like that at our school, at the school I teach at. And like the small bag, I'm telling you, the small bag, little bitty small bag of chips for $2.50. The kids buy it. Little candies or whatever. Kids buy it. It'd be $3. Kids buy it. I'm telling you, like she sells like the canned sodas that used to be like 25 cents, that then went from 25 to 50 cents, that then went from 50 cents to 75, and now it's like, I don't know. She charges $100. She charges $1.50.
Hey, you might as well say 100.
Yo. Oh my God. And the kids don't complain. You know what they do? They buy it. They buy it. They don't complain.
Somebody need to regulate y'all candy lady, because that ain't right. Today's price is not yesterday's price. Your candy lady over there getting it in.
Look, she is getting it in. Let me tell you. I'm not even joking. Like, she sells freeze cups. She sells freeze cups.
Hucklebucks.
She sells those freeze cups. I think they're either $1.50 or $2. But either way, But either way,
The pack of Kool-Aid didn't cost that much. The sugar didn't even cost that much.
it sure didn't. It
And the
sure didn't.
water,
It
let's
sure
be
did
real,
not.
the water came from tap.
It sure did. I'm like, bro, we used to get those for like 25 cents.
10. I used to get them from 10. And I
We used to
remember
get
when
them
they
for
went
10
into a quarter, I
cents.
used to get them for 10.
I'm
Shit.
like, that's crazy.
Hell, a
That's
pack of
absolutely
Kool-Aid was only like 10, 15 cents at the time, if
crazy.
that.
It has never been that expensive. I don't even know what it is now, but I know it has never ever been expensive.
I want to say a
It
pack
was
of
always
Kool-Aid.
the most I've ever seen it was for $4, and I'm pretty sure it's probably still about that around that price. Because nobody mess with Kool-Aid no more. So.
You know what? We're gonna have to fact check that one. We're gonna have to see. I don't know. I haven't bought Kool-Aid in a very long time.
Yeah,
So
I haven't bought, let me see how much.
so we
Let me
definitely
see
gonna have to
how much
fact check that price. But I think Kool-Aid might have hit $1 already. I don't know. For a single pack. That sounds crazy. But yeah, it's like, hey, it's about supply and demand. You know, if you have something and somebody wants it bad enough, they will pay for it. Unfortunately, like you said, we just keep buying into the system because it's what's presented in front of us. Everybody still wants that American dream, which is funny because I was just watching this video and it was showing like the inflation chart, I guess you could say, or basically your median incomes, and how before the 80s, basically everybody was coming up as a group together. And then right after the 80s, the Reaganomics, you start to see the differences in the price gaps, and I mean the income gap, how the top 1% just start gapping folks by at least, 26%, to nowadays it's like well into the hundreds of percent. The top 1% make way more than we would ever fathom making, and but like I said, we continue to push forward. I see that look on your face. You don't look up the Kool-Aid price. Talk to me.
Yo, not 42 cents a pack.
That's crazy. Yeah, two for $1 with taxes.
Exactly. So you talking like at least 50 cents for one pack of Kool-Aid.
That's crazy. That's
For
crazy.
one pack of Kool-Aid,
For
50
some
cents.
flavored sugar. For some
That
flavored
is
sugar.
wild. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Kool-Aid. Everything is going up though. I mean, like you used to be able to buy the 2 liters for the price of the little 20 ounces now, candy bars. And don't be in one of those high tourist areas.
Oh my goodness. Look, so I have my kids have little prizes, whatever they do, certain things. We do prizes, whatever the case may be. Sometimes I ask them what do they want, whatever, blah blah blah. Man, I went into the gas station for a small bag of freaking M&Ms. Small bag of M&Ms. And that thing was $2 and some change. And it was like $2.49. I was like, excuse me? For this little bitty bag of nothing? Excuse me. No, I don't think so. We're not doing that. We're not even doing that. And I'm just like, it's no better going to the Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree is not even the Dollar Tree anymore. Dollar Tree is the $1.25 tree. Sometimes it's the $3 tree, and sometimes it's the $5 tree. You know, they got a $3 and $5 section at the Dollar Tree.
That's the premium section. You know what I'm saying? Don't come over here unless you got some money to spend.
I mean, but that's just like Five Below is no longer Five Below. It's like Five and Up. Five Below and Up. I don't even know what they call it anymore. But I'm just like, you can't not be like, the whole purpose of you even coming here is because you were supposed to be $1. Everyone knew that if they were coming to you, however many items they get is how much they are spending. Give or take taxes. You get 10 items, for the most part, you're paying $10 plus the taxes. You get 20 items, you're paying $20, whatever, plus the taxes. People didn't care about that. Now you got to be like, oh, 125, or this 125, or 4. If I got to pay 4, like on purpose, I go to the Dollar Tree and I purposely buy in 4s. If I only have 2 items, I am looking for 2 more items just because I'm like, I have to buy in 4. Like, I cannot buy in anything else. So they actually bank off of me because I can't, if I'm not buying in 4s, to me, the math doesn't make sense. And I'm just like, no, I got to account for these quarters. So I know that if I spend $4, I'm technically spending $5. So I can count in increments of 4 items. Oh my God. And that's just how it works for me. I just, like, why y'all can't just leave Dollar Tree alone? Why? Who owns Dollar Tree? I'm speaking to you. Why you couldn't
Dollar
leave
Tree,
Dollar Tree
Family
alone?
Dollar, Dollar General,
Well, see, Family Dollar, Dollar General were never a dollar.
right?
They were
Fact,
never a dollar.
facts.
So I'm at least giving them the benefit of the doubt because they were like, we're like in the dollar range. You're not gonna spend that much money here. But Dollar Tree, we all knew was a dollar for
So,
years.
but you have to think about it. Like, how are they really making money, especially in the economy today, when it costs so much to run everything?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, we know because it costs us a lot to buy anything.
Right.
So it's like, but how are they surviving? I'm wondering. I mean, I got a theory of how some of these stores, I'm not gonna call no names because I don't want no lawsuits or no, on a theory. But
Mm-hmm.
have you ever noticed that certain stores are always on like back roads or dimly lit streets where
Mm-hmm.
there's no, so you figure, and then they got low prices, but you in these locations deliberately. I feel like that's part of your business model. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
calling those stores out. I'm just saying though, but if I had a store that I would probably get somebody to run up in it every so often, I can write off a whole lot of stuff.
Mm. See, I don't know what stores you're talking about, but I know the Dollar Tree is in some really nice neighborhoods now, which is interesting because usually, they keep all the low price stores out of high price neighborhoods. But I see Dollar Trees everywhere. High neighborhood, low neighborhood. Now you won't catch a Walmart in a high neighborhood. I've never seen a Walmart in a high neighborhood.
I don't see a
But
Family Dollar out there either.
yeah, right, exactly. But I'm pretty sure they're like they own one of them. I don't know which one it is, but they
Probably
own
both. Probably
own.
both.
And it's just like it's so weird. It's like, come on now, you could have given us this one store that everybody could work with. And I get it, yeah, they got to figure out how they're gonna make the prices work or whatever. But at the same time, there's just certain things you don't have to sell there. Like you don't have to sell energy drinks, the Red Bulls and the Celsius. You don't have to sell those. You can sell those cheap ones that you were selling before. The one with that little M on it. I don't know what that stuff is. I don't know what's in it. But I'm just saying you could leave it with that now name brand stuff and stop trying to upgrade and sell all the other stuff. Stay in your lane of what you were
I,
supposed to do.
I think they're getting the stuff at a discount though, so
Oh
especially
yeah,
with
for
brand
sure.
name.
For sure.
It's probably the stuff that didn't meet quality checks, so they send it down to a different store. I mean, that's just the
I
packaging.
don't really think so because I've gotten some really nice stuff from Dollar Tree before. And
I'm sure.
I've gotten some really good products from them. I do think I kind of think it's one of those things where it's like maybe they're getting it from out of the country, possibly. Or maybe it's because they purchase so much. This is all speculation, but I'm just saying maybe because they purchase so much, they can sell it at these discount rates at $1.25. I don't know.
They
It's
catching
kind
my
of like
man.
Ross.
They catching my man or old girl at the store with the trunk popped
Look,
open. You already know what time it is.
look,
That's where
okay.
they getting it
I
from.
got these cheeseburgers.
Oh
I
man,
got these cheeseburgers.
mother pop up, boy. They be having all kinds of stuff. I'm letting it go. I'm about to let it go. I went to I'm not gonna even say where it was, but I'll say the name of the store. But in one of our areas here in the Atlanta region, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But I went into one of these Walmarts. Literally everything was in one of the lock cases. Everything. I couldn't even get deodorant without having to find somebody to come unlock the damn case.
What? Oh, that
Everything.
means you was in the hood hood. You was in
when I
that
say
hood. They was
when I
like,
say
oh, we gotta
everything,
lock up socks, y'all. We locking up socks.
t-shirts, t-shirts were locked
Yo.
up. The Hanes, the Fruit of the Looms locked up. Like for real, bro.
Wild.
I was just walking around like I don't even believe this, but it's like this. You know what? I'll do a video. I'm gonna go back over there and I'll do a video. Y'all think I'm
That
playing.
is wild. That's crazy. I've never seen that. I've
Couldn't
never
get bath soap, couldn't get deodorant, couldn't get any toiletries. You can get the stuff off the travel aisle, but you couldn't get
the dollar stuff. The dollar
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, but you couldn't get the regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was wild to me. I was like, bro, y'all can't be. I was like, how y'all not? And the police stay in the damn parking lot. So
That's
how, Sway? Well, anyway, so they pass those savings right along to the consumers.
that's
So
wild.
we end up paying more for less. I like to call it skimpflation.
Mm. Which is so crazy because they are actually saving so much more money now since COVID happened. Because if you think about it, when COVID happened back in 2020, like in that March era, whatever, when they was telling people that they didn't want everybody open and all that stuff like that, Walmart changed their hours. So they changed their hours from 24 hours, because they were open 24 hours a day, to closing at 11 and opening at 6. So now they are only open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And all of that money that they were really not doing anything with in the first place, because I was that person that would go to Walmart at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and do my shopping because I knew nobody was there. And that's really the fact. No one was there. So, like, all those hours between that 11, we'll just say midnight, between that midnight time and 7 a.m., nobody's in the store. Nobody's shopping for anything at that time. You got a handful of people that's in there. You talking the lights, all the electricity, the refrigerators, and all the other stuff like that they had going on for all those hours, and nobody was there.
The refrigerators they got to run anyway because you have food that must stay frozen and you have food that has to stay at saying certain temperatures. So those things are going to run all day either way. But I get what you're saying. They cut down on overhead, but did we really benefit from that? Did they pass those savings? I mean, as a consumer, we know we didn't get them, but did the employees? I mean, I know they had to make certain legally they had to raise prices for wages for people, which means that everything else went up. Because I was sitting here one day and I was looking at my son because my son was working at Bojangles at the time. I was picking him up, taking him back to work, back and forth to work, and it was like I'm looking at the display board. Damn, family meal $50 for chicken, and I was like, bro, I can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would much rather go to the store and buy the package season and what I'm saying and cook it myself than to spend $50 for what I'm saying just a bucket of chicken, and we're not even talking 20 pieces. To me that's kind of crazy. I mean, the prices that we pay, and I get it because minimum wage came up, which means that they had to raise their prices in order to cover the salaries now, or the wages or whatever the case. You'll be amazed at how much some of these people make. Like, I was looking at Zaxby one day, and they managers get paid very well.
Oh no, for sure. Because I used to work at Walmart. I worked at Walmart for 5 years. I gave up because I was trying to become a manager because the co-manager and the store manager, they making 6 figures. Everybody else, even a customer service manager, which I managed to get up that far, but like they weren't making any money. Not for real. 30 a year, maybe.
Right.
Nothing compared to making 6 figures, 120.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was back in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So like 10 years ago. So I can only imagine how much more they make.
I
But
mean,
back then to make 120 just starting off, like that's great, But then they would have cashiers coming in at like $8 an hour.
really.
And
Yeah.
then not even give them full hours.
I was about to say, because I've never been to a Walmart at any hour throughout the day where all the lanes were open. It's like they
Never.
all, and even
No,
then,
except for one day.
Christmas.
Nope.
Oh, that Black Friday.
Black Friday, all hands on deck. On Black Friday, everyone is required to work. Every single employee is required to work. That's the only day. That is legitimately the only day. And that doesn't even exist anymore. Not for real. Now it's like just shop on Thanksgiving Day.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday is Cyber Monday is the following Monday. But
Right.
yeah. Crazy.
So, but yeah, it's like what everything's changed though. Even the prices of houses, bro. So, like I said, back in the day, 2011. It was in 2011 I bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
6 bedroom, 4 bath. The house was less than 200,000. Let's just do it that way. It was actually in the 180s. Today that same house is worth a lot more. Let's just do it that way. And it's like today you can't even find a house. Hell, for what the mortgage was, you can't even find a 2 bedroom apartment. A 2 bedroom apartment costs more than the mortgage was on that. It's crazy. It does not make any sense to me whatsoever. It's like how you expect anybody to survive in today's economy with the wages and stuff that we are making, and then the prices of the houses just shit 2-3 times your damn salary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but you expect people to be able to survive with this. It's like the American dream is really a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest, is it attainable? Yes, it is attainable, but not to everybody. And that's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain things are just set up to just, you can only make so much. You can only go so far.
Yeah.
That proverbial glass ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, like, I was looking up the prices of homes back in like the 50s and 60s, and like the average home was like $7,000. And I'm just like, wait, what? Excuse me? $7,000 for a home? Let me find out that I can get a house for $7,000. You can't even rent for $7,000. Not for the whole year. Even if you did a 6-month mortgage, you might get away with $7,000. You might get away with $7,000. You got a small place though. It's gonna be like 500 square feet.
Shoebox. You got a damn shoebox.
Gonna be real tight. Don't be
Draw
trying
you a
to
window
have
on
a
this
full.
wall over here.
Trying to have a full bed in there. You full queen size or king size bed. You need a full size, twin size bed.
And that shit need to fold up.
The one that folds up into a wall.
Right. Yes, we gotta fold up.
Gotta
Oh
fold
God.
up into a wall, or the one that folds the futon. That's what you need. You gotta get a futon. You gotta have the couch with the bed all in one.
Got
If
to.
that's what you gonna get for $7,000.
Actually, you can go to third world countries and live pretty good. I've been looking at a few of them.
That facts. Those are
Just
facts.
saying, for 7,000,
Those are facts.
uh, starting to look real good to me. I'm not gonna sit
I
here and
mean,
lie about it.
I get it. Only thing is, you gotta work here, make the money, and then bring it there. For some of us.
Digital nomads. There are so many positions. You guys need, if you don't know about it, you need to look into it. Digital nomads. You can work from anywhere as long as you got an internet connection and you can get to it. Or you can start your own podcast and get to it as well. Hey, then you can do whatever you do, however you want to do it.
However
And
you want to do it.
live life like it's a dream. But yeah, prices have changed and things are different.
Yeah.
And will it ever get back to, will it stabilize? That's the question, you know what I'm saying? And if not, how do we survive off of what we have?
Yeah. I mean, because honestly, it's just getting harder, and that's for everybody, because like I was just having this conversation with my sister. I was like, I know people with money, but like even the people with money, like they have to work hard. They can't just, it's just not bam, it's there and I could just like do whatever I want whenever no, you still have to actually put in time. You still have to actually do work. It's not just like you're sitting here and you're just like, and the money's just flowing and you're not doing anything.
No.
Because it doesn't work that way. Even if you have an inheritance, guess what? That's just gonna die. It's gonna go. And if you're not working or allowing your money to work for you, then guess what? You're gonna lose it. You're gonna absolutely lose it. And nowadays too, I'm hearing a lot of even like celebrities, they're like, I'm not giving my child my inherit. They're not gonna inherit this. They're gonna have to work hard. And then some of them, I'm just like, wait, did you work that hard? That's another topic.
Right, right.
Another topic. You work hard for this money. So your money was given to you, and now you're gonna tell your child that they have to work hard. Make that make sense. Okay. But anyways, I digress.
You never know. The child might be acting real spoiled and, what I'm saying,
That's true.
entitled.
That's
Entitled.
true.
So maybe their ultimate goal is to teach them that everything in life does not come as easy as I've handed it to you.
Right.
That when I'm gone, you're going to have to learn how to survive on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can understand the concept
Yeah.
of not leaving a whole lot behind or anything at all behind. And it's a tough pill to swallow, especially if you was just expecting to inherit the throne. I
That's
mean,
true too. That is
so
true too. I get that. Yeah, but it's just like, everywhere, all the way around, it's like cost of living, these homes, minimum wage and stuff like that, how that's increased. But even though minimum wage is increasing, it has never increased to living wage. That's the crazy part. It has never increased to living wages. So it's like, yeah, we want the funds to go up, but we also want living wages to be equal. Like the whole point of people fighting for minimum wages to go up is so that we can have living wages. It's like they're like, fine, we'll increase the minimum wage, but guess what? We're also gonna increase everything else. So it's like y'all could have just kept the minimum wage down and kept the price of living down because it doesn't make any difference. Doesn't make any difference. If I had $100,000 and you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you $100,000, but then you raise my rent up to $3,000 a month.
and that's exactly
That
what they're
hundred
doing.
thousand, that $100,000 means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. We want it to go up so that we can actually afford where we are right now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Biggie said it best: more money, more problems.
Yeah.
So is making money the solution, or is it just a gateway to more issues that's to come? I think it all depends on perspective. I think it depends on your standard of living and how you view money. Like since I retired, I realized that I had to create a much tighter budget than what I was accustomed to living on. Um, so I get paid once a month, so any bill that I have must be calculated out of that payment, because what I'm saying, unless I decide to go do something different, that check is the only source of income that's coming in at that particular time, right?
Mhm.
So you have to learn how to live within your means, separate your wants from your needs. And that was something that I had to learn at a very young age. It was actually right around the time I had technically my third child.
Mhm.
Had twins off the rip. So by the time my my youngest son, I should say, came about, that's when things kind of really, really changed in my mindset. So it was like you got to separate your wants from your actual needs. And I might want these, whatever, saying, insert whatever it might be. But it's something that I gotta have in my, saying. So for me nowadays, it's bare minimums up front, right? You cover everything that you need. Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have shelter? You have those three minimum things, and you're doing okay. You might not be living the life that you want to live, but you are doing okay. Other things you have to say is like, okay, I can't go to this fancy restaurant or whatever the case. I might have to go to one of these lower end restaurants, and sometimes that restaurant might have to be fast food. And if you have to survive off of fast food, learn where your money goes the farther.
Mhm.
I'm an advocate for
But
Dairy Queen. I'm an advocate for a Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? A 4 for 4 meal. You ate today. You know what I'm saying? Biggie bag.
do they actually still have that a 4 for 4?
I think they're biggie bags. I
I
think
don't
they're
even,
like
I don't
$5 each time.
even you don't
Got
even think they have
$5 biggie bags still. You know what I'm saying? So
they got a $5 biggie bag, but I don't think they got that for. But I don't know. I haven't been to Wendy's in ages, but still, because Wendy's used to have chili without the meat in it, and now they've added meat to the chili, and then they also used to have the taco salad. And I used to get the taco salad with the chili because the chili didn't have the meat, and now I can't eat it because they put meat in it. I'm like, great, okay, can't go to you no more. Can't eat
right.
your food anymore. You literally taking everything off the menu that I can eat. But no, like what's funny is like you naming these, even these particular places, like their menu's not even the same anymore. Like it's so expensive. I went to what was it? McDonald's. They're the ones that have the McFlurry, right?
Right.
Long time ago. I don't remember, but it wasn't that long ago, but it was still long enough where I think it was probably like earlier last year or something like that. And I got a McFlurry. And that thing was like $3 and some change. I said, wait a minute. I spent almost $4. And and what's so crazy? It was I don't remember it ever being this small, but like, the cup was like this small. The cup was this small.
Right. The last one I
Ooh.
got, they put this shit in a little cardboard box. That shit wasn't even in a cup. This shit was actually in a cardboard box, like real shit.
Yes, I said that's wild.
But yeah, they add the ice cream maintenance fee inside of there for us, what I'm saying, for the machine. Because that motherfucker used to always be.
Always broke. Always broke. I remember when that documentary came out and everybody was like, "Oh, ask Tony, ask Terry or something like that, whatever his name was," because they had to always call the same guy to come fix the machines. Anytime the machines had to be fixed, no matter where it was at, it was this one. Because what happened was McDonald's had they had one contract, so that this one contract said that you have to specifically contact this person. And I get it. It saves you a lot of money. But as a company that's clearly everywhere, you can't just be like it's just one small company. You need a bigger company that way they have multiple people, that can actually come out to you. Because I'm like, first of all, McDonald's, why are you doing that? That's
Yeah.
like the cheapest thing that you can do is hire one individual that has to come to your machine
Well,
and do it.
then we just talk about that the other day. It's like
Yeah,
if I come up, I'm gonna bring all my people up with me. I guarantee you that's a family business
you're probably right.
that anytime I got any problems, you on call for maintenance.
That's
So,
crazy. And then
but
they a lot of times they were saying you have to reset it. And when you reset it, it takes hours for it to like get reset and cool back down and all the other stuff like that. So it's basically out of commission for the whole day if they have to reset it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's crazy. But what was even wilder is the fact that all the employees was snitching. All the employees was like, yeah, no, they told us to say that
they don't like to clean the
that the
machine.
machine was down. Yep, machine was down. It was either accidentally left on, it wasn't cut off properly, it wasn't cleaned, or something like that. And they would just be like, oh, our machine is down. Well, that's what the managers told us to say, that the machines are down. It's like, girl, please, come on now.
I want my ice cream.
Oh, seriously. But even, oh, yeah, no, actually, just recently, I want to say like not too long ago, maybe a month ago, I went with my mom to McDonald's. I didn't want anything, but she wanted a little cone of ice cream. Little cone of ice cream, $2. Since when? Since when? She
Always
was like, I'll never buy ice cream for you. She was so mad.
two
I was
dollars.
like, I was like, Mom, calm down. Mom, calm down. She was like, wait a minute. She didn't even think about it until it was already paid for. And she's like, wait a minute. Did I just spent? And I was like, bro.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Welcome
ma'am.
to skimpflation, and that's the thing. Like I said, skimpflation because they still charge you more and give you less nowadays. Am I the only
Mhm.
person that's noticing that?
No, it's true.
Because I know anytime I pick up a bag of chip, I'm shaking before I grab and decide which chip I'm getting because I don't
Mhm.
want all the air in my bag. I want actual chips. You know what I'm saying? I done got to the point now where I'll just spend the money on the where they don't get the Pringles. You know what I'm saying? At least I
Yeah,
know.
the tubes. Yeah, I've gotten into that too now, and that's with every chip. They put Doritos in there now. They put Cheetos in there. They have all kinds of stuff in the tubes. If you want to get your money's worth, stick with the tubes because they actually do fill it all the way up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make my little dollar stretch as far as I possibly can nowadays. You know what I mean? So it's just
Sure.
you just gotta learn certain things that you can do, where to go, what time of day to hit certain places. Uh, like I give a tip to people who's, what I'm saying, have electrical vehicles. If you charging your vehicle during the middle of the day during one of these charge stations, you are paying premium prices. If you
Mhm.
charge that vehicle at night after say 11 p.m., depends on how you feel, or where you are. You know what I'm saying? Most people should be able to charge at home during that time frame. But if not, if you're on the road and you need to charge, if you charge after 11 p.m., it costs you almost it's ridiculously cheaper. Let's say if you spent $20 in a day, that same charge would have only cost you $5, $6 at night. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's a difference between, what I'm saying, when you go, and it's just little things that you have to learn just to make your dollar stretch a little bit farther. And that's one of the things that I've had to learn to do, what I'm saying, to be able to, what I'm saying, just get past some of the nuances and stuff. You learn where to shop and where not to shop.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, certain stores do have cheaper prices, and that also include meat markets. You might
Mhm.
want to check some out, especially if
Yeah,
they're in your
that's
neighborhood. Uh,
That's where I love shopping is a meat market. Meat markets, like, I mean, I have my fish markets. I only eat fish, but still, like, way cheaper than going to like Publix. I can get that little bitty old 4 ounce of salmon that I pay freaking a $5 to $7 for, depending on, whatever time it is. I can go there and pay like $3, or $2. It depends, especially like when it's like super fresh, like they just got it, like before the crowd comes and the rest of the day. Like when you go and they're first like loading up everything on the store, a lot of times, sometimes they're cheaper, because they know it's like lower rush hours. I mean, because they can technically charge whatever they want. It's a private, company. But yeah, you go there early in the morning, the prices be on sale. You go there later during the day and the prices go up because they know a lot of people are coming in there. They just got off of work, whatever the case may be, and they coming into the stores.
Right. Supply and demand. It's supply and
Exactly.
demand.
I get it.
Capitalism.
Especially, and I know it takes, because I love fishing. So like, I know sometimes you get in there or you get out there, and sometimes it's be like, dang, where all the fish at? Like, what they doing right now? But then there's other times you go and it's like back to back. You just reeling them in back to back. And so I get it. They're just basing off of like how much they get in during the day, or if they're catching a lot, then maybe they'll have a better price. If they're not catching a lot, they probably raise up the price because they're like, look, we ain't catch this much, but we need to make some money off of this. We don't spend all of our hours and everything like that out there, fishing, trying to catch everything. So, you just got to figure out timing. You got to figure out like who has better price. Shop around. Like a lot of people, like my ex, he did not like shopping around. Like I'm the type of person, like, look, I'm going to pick my stores. I know my certain stores that I get certain things from. Like I don't like to shop at Walmart, but honestly, like as far as the like toiletry stuff, I will go there all day and get toiletry stuff because I'm sorry, I use Charmin and like it's expensive as hell. And like, and then I'm not gonna go to Publix and get it. I'm not gonna go, even Amazon a lot of times is more expensive, Sometimes people be like swearing up and down on Amazon, but I'll be like, you got a price match with Amazon too. Because sometimes you'll find something somewhere else, now food, I'm picky with. I stick to my stores that I like to get my food from. But like tissue, I'm like, okay, it's the same company. I'm gonna get my tissue wherever it's cheaper. That part, So you figure out where you can go for certain things, and you shop around and make your money work for you, and don't feel obligated to do certain things that you don't have to do, like i.e. tipping, like I'm sorry, but like I'm a huge tipper, but certain times I don't tip. Like if I go inside of, I don't know why, but when I go inside of a Starbucks, sometimes I feel like, oh, okay, I want to tip, and I'll tip if I go inside. But if I'm going through a drive-through, I'd be like, I don't want to tip. I just don't want to tip, And then like Subway, I like going to Subway sometimes, and I'm like, I don't want to tip. Like you getting paid already. Like they don't lower your money. Like you still get paid the same that you were getting paid before. They have not done anything differently with you. Now you got a tip. Now you got tip on the screen. What am I paying you for extra? What extra did you do for me? Now, sometimes if they do go out of their way, like you get some of them, the baristas that be like, oh, you want me to do this for you, or you want me to add this, or do this, or let me try this, or have you tried it with this, giving you off ideas and stuff like, oh, you should try this and this and this. So like when they're going the extra mile, like, and really like putting themselves out there, then sometimes I'm just like, okay, yeah, you deserve a tip. But if you like, can I take your order? You give them your order and they say, okay, a name on that order, and then you give them your name and that's it. What extra did you give me?
What you mean? That was great customer service. They didn't cuss you out or nothing.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, we should be tipping the Walmart service.
Nah.
Walmart
If I'm
cashier.
tipping anybody, it's the Waffle House employee, goddamn it. The motherfucker always brawling, boy. They gonna put
Let
on
me
a
tell
show.
you, on a good day when I do go to Waffle House, Cause them grits be hitting. I'm not gonna lie. When I want my grits, there's 2 places I go for grits, and that's Peach Valley. I don't know if you have a Peach Valley out there, but we have them all over the place here in Florida. But Peach Valley, they make their grits with like a like Gouda. I don't know why it's so good. It is so freaking good. What's crazy is I thought the same thing. I didn't know it had Gouda. I was just like, oh, okay. It's like maybe this is white American, or I didn't know what it was. I was just guessing. I was like, oh, okay, they put white American. That's interesting. I was like, because at Waffle House they use yellow American. So I'm thinking it's white American. I'm talking to them. I'm like, man, this is like one of the best grits I've ever had. I was like, I ain't gonna lie on mama. Like she makes some amazing grits, but like these grits kind of like they up there with my mama grits. And I swear by my mama grits, but my mama use American cheese. And so I asked them, I was like, hey, you know what cheese is in here? So they asked I guess the cook or whatever. And they said like a garlic and Gouda or something. And I was like, well, I already know.
You sounding like Eddie Murphy right now. Like if you starving and somebody throw you a cracker, it'd be like, God damn, that's the best cracker I ever had. Was this rich? You know what I'm saying? Like this is definitely a rich. But that's what you sounded like right now. It's like,
what do you mean? I was like, oh, this is delicious. Because I'm picky. When I tell you I'm picky, I am probably the pickiest eater. Like I literally you seen me eat when I was like looking at the I was looking at my salmon. I was like, I'm like, oh, okay, let me try.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was okay though. It wasn't too bad or whatever. I don't know if I would get it again, but it wasn't too bad. Not too bad. Wasn't too bad.
It was bad enough.
Yeah, I just never had any Alfredo with a whole bunch of vegetables in it. I've never had that before. My Alfredo is like maybe tomatoes, cilantro, parsley kind of thing.
Right.
That's it. Like, and garlic, of course. But that's it. No, like they had bell peppers, banana pepper, something. I don't even know. It was like a tricolor, pepper or something up in there with some onions. And I was like, they doing too much.
It was late.
It had peas in there.
They threw all the extras in there. Like, motherfucker, I just told you we was getting ready to close. Make sure your ass get everything you want.
I know, well, we don't want to throw this away. Just throw it in there. Just throw it in there.
That shit crazy. Oh,
man. But I'm telling you, I was just, I don't know. I just like, even stuff like that, I just be like, do I want to tip? Like, I don't like the food. But then I have to like, okay, I don't want to get the server in trouble because the cook did something and the cook get in trouble because the server did something. I always try to like separate the two, because I hate when I get really good service, but then the food is so bad. And I'm just like, I don't want the server to get in trouble for the food being so bad. But sometimes I'm like, didn't you look at my food before you brought me my food? So then it's like, okay, maybe you should be in trouble for this. Because you should have looked at my food before you brought it to me. Why are you bringing me burnt bread?
It's not burnt. It was Cajun.
Yeah.
It was Cajun. It was definitely Cajun.
It was Cajun. It was Cajun. Okay. Yeah, we
what we call that. That's what we call it. It's not burnt. It's crazy. See, if you just scrape this top layer off, it's just
okay. It gives it flavor. It gives it character.
Right.
It gives it character. Yeah. Okay.
The chef is an artist. Sometimes he, overcolors in some areas.
Just, it was painted on there. That's not actually the bread.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
actually, I'm trying to remember what movie that was when they had burnt bread, and then they were like, "Oh, my bread is burnt." I don't know what movie it was, and the server picked it up and grabbed a butter knife and scraped it off the black. Gave them
Uh,
the gave them the same bread back. I was like, "Yo, oh
I,
my god,
I
I wish I
recall.
knew
I
what
know what
movie
you're
it was.
talking about. I just can't remember the name of the movie.
Oh my,
I've seen that happen before. So,
yeah." I'm like, "Dang, what movie was it? That shit was
but
funny."
yeah, it's like getting back to it. You know, it's like, well, yeah, you gotta learn where to go, when to shop, where to shop,
Mhm.
and then also you have to visit your local farmers markets for crying out
Oh
loud,
my
bro. You
god,
get all
yeah.
kinds of deals out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the thing about the farmers market is you can always hackle them, because they don't really care for real, for real. They be look, dang, $5. I don't think I got. You got $4. I think maybe like $3. Okay, I'll give it to you for $3. Like legitimately, it's that simple. It's that simple.
I mean, they have a surplus of stuff that obviously they're trying to sell. And you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I mean, you can get a lot of things for a cheaper price in one of the box stores. We'll just do it that way if you shop locally.
Mm-hmm.
Support those guys because they need it just as much as the big box stores do as well.
Right.
And you get fresh products. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Non-GMO, they own their own seeds type stuff, um, organic. You get it all. As we say, everything's MSG free, right? You just put a label on it.
Right, exactly. Nowadays, everything is MSG free, organic. They're trying to make everything organic. It's
Right.
like, come on now, everything ain't organic. So, but yeah, so I mean, there's just like so many things that just the prices just have changed so drastically. Like I was even looking at my car, I'm just like, I love my car so much, but it's so expensive. And I'm just like, I remember when cars were cheaper. Like, why and when did that happen that we just felt like, even though, and the crazy thing about vehicles going up is like the material has gone down. Like, first of all, you mean to tell me that I used to get a sturdy metal? Now I got this fake ass plastic shit that they just like,
Fiberglass.
like they just like, oh, you know what? It's cheaper. I can make a lot of these and I can raise the price. But then they don't have the same safety security either. And people not even thinking about that. It's like you don't have the same safety security feature because nowadays cars are crushing. You hit a car at a good impact, it's crushing. Man, them old cars.
The LTDs. That Continental. That
That
was a
thing
tank.
was holding. That thing was holding. You could do a little this if it got a little dent in it. You could, and then it'd be fine. Like, but no, like I mean, the cars now they just so cheap and like you can tell they're made so different from the cars back then. I used to have a '64 Mustang. Man, let me tell you, beautiful car, beautiful car. I was so mad because my ex sold it without my permission. um which I didn't know you could do if both your names are on a vehicle. Didn't know you can do that. But anyways, it was done. Which sucks. Because I'm like, when am I gonna get that again? You know when I'm ever gonna get that again. And it was literally one of my dream cars. One of my dream cars. So but yeah, like you these cars, like they were just made so right and so strong, and you can tell even just like feeling it, like the touch of it. You could tell. You open the door and you can feel the sturdiness of how strong and powerful that door was. Now these doors just slanging. Like These doors are just weak as ROA. They just like, and I'm just like, yo, like, but we paying more for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like cars were just like $3,000, $5,000, even seven for a high end car. Now, I mean, you lucky if you can find a car in the 20s. You lucky, and more than likely is old.
Yeah.
More than likely it's used. It's got about 20,000 plus miles on it at minimum.
You know the funny thing about that is because this is a lesson I had to learn the hard way, the hard way. Because again, nobody taught me anything growing up, right? So when I got promoted and then I bought a vehicle,
Mm.
I was very proud. It was next year's model. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So we here and it's like right what is it, like Labor Day or whatever, whenever they do Memorial Day, Labor Day, when they do the vehicle sales for the next
Uh-huh.
year model. So I go in and I get the next year's model. 4 miles on it, drove it right out the showroom floor. It wasn't until it was a Lincoln Navigator, right? It wasn't until I had to have maintenance done on that vehicle for the very first time that I popped the hood. Because again, it was brand new, right off the showroom floor. I had no issues with it. I popped the hood, and everything underneath the hood says Ford. Everything underneath the hood says Ford. The only thing that said Lincoln was the plastic cover that they had over the engine. Everything else said Ford. So in essence, I just bought an Expedition that's wrapped in a different name. I could have saved $30,000 and just bought the damn Expedition.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact because if you put them side by side, those particular models, if you put them side by side, you strip off all the emblems, you couldn't tell which one is which.
Right.
All the interior and everything was the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Mine said Lincoln, theirs said Ford. It's the same shit, the exact same assembly line. So it's like the lesson learned was stop chasing brand names because at the end
Mm.
of the day, they really don't mean anything. Here's a fun fact for you, right? So, like I said, I traveled a lot when I was in the military. Uh, Everything we buy here in the States, especially the name brand stuff, it says that it's made in Korea. You go to Korea, you actually see the people making the stuff, but it says made in Taiwan, made in Guam. And it's like when I tell you I found during the time frame that I was over there, that's when the Mitchell and Ness, the throwback jerseys and things of that nature were popping, right? Like big money, they was going for like $200 over here, you know what I'm saying? Close to, whatever. But I'm telling you, you don't get these shits for $20,
Mm-hmm.
exact same jerseys. And when you really sit down and you think about it, purses.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lady pull me into the, what I'm saying, in, and it's like, she's selling Coach bags and stuff at Louis Vuitton. She had it all. Prada bags. I go in, I look at the stitching on it, and I'm like, you can't tell the difference. And then that made me realize that I'm sitting here watching them, and it's just an embroidery machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. You're,
Exactly.
you're paying for stitching. You're paying for somebody to stitch it, and they're charging you so much more. And it's like, in the end of the day, we call it original. It's all fucking knockoffs. Things can have value that we give it value to bring it back full circle. You
Mm-hmm.
know, certain items are really worthless. Certain items we pay a lot of money for. You know, um, we place value on it, and people have bought into that. You know what I'm saying? So if you find yourself in one of those situations where maybe you can't afford the name brand things, especially in this economy, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I take it back to what I said before. Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have shelter? As long as you have those three basic needs, you have what you need. And everything else is just extra. I land my plane there.
Yeah, no, you're right. And there's this guy, I've been seeing him on my feed too. I can't even remember his name. I should have followed him. But he actually lives out there where they actually make the persons and stuff like that. And he was like, look, I don't even care anymore. He was like, y'all come to us, just come directly to us because we're the ones that actually make it. And he's literally showing that they're the ones that actually making these name brand purses and stuff like that. And he's showing like how they make them and how they just embroider whatever whoever is buying from them, Louis Vuitton or Coach, whoever, it's the same freaking product. It's just one company is wanting their name on it, and another company is wanting their name on it, and another company is wanting their name on it. And you know what? That's what they do. And then they ship it out to them. And then we, the consumers, decide, oh my God, this bag is so beautiful. I love this bag. And it's not even just that you love the bag, you love the name on the bag. And it's like, be honest, that's what you love. Like, oh my God, I love this bag. And no, I'm going to spend $15,000 on this bag because I'm an idiot. At the end of the day, I want to spend $15,000 on a bag. And what makes me so mad is a lot of people that do spend money on these bags don't actually have the money to spend on those bags. Like,
You don't even have enough money that the bag costs to put in the bag. So what are you actually
that
protecting?
part. So you're going to spend, let's even go on a low end and say you want one of the cheaper bags. That's like $500. You don't even have $500. You trying to figure out how to pay your car note. You like, oh, car note or bag. Car note or bag. That's, come on now. We got to be smarter. Got to be smarter. A little wiser, you know. And it's crazy because, like, even when you think about even those bags and stuff like that, like, they're going up too. And people are still buying them. So it doesn't matter if the bag $500, $1,000, $15,000. People are going to be like, I need this bag. I want this bag. I will spend my life savings on this bag. And the price is still going to keep going up. And then a lot of people, they're like, okay, yeah, sure, it's an investment. But is it though?
And what do you do when that investment, when your strap starts fraying or breaks, or saying, do they have a saying money back guarantee or return policy? Do you have to buy another strap?
Right.
I'm just asking because I don't own one of those bags. I don't plan on owning any of those bags because me personally, like I said, I learned my lesson between what's really important. And just having name brand, yeah, it looks good, it makes you cool, whatever the case. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Stay within your means. Don't try and keep up with the Joneses. Definitely don't try and keep up with the Coneses.
Seriously. Cause I'm like, right now, we just trying to focus on getting this money right and getting in with times. And I'm feeling like it's just gonna be a never catch up, like at all. Like I remember it's so funny, I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine, and I was telling her, I was like, I never thought I'd be almost 40 years old. She got mad at me for saying that because she's the same age as me. She was like, wait a minute, we ain't 40 yet. I'm like, girl, it's knocking at the door. It's like peekaboo, here we are. 2 years, girl. 2 years gonna fly. We gonna blink and we gonna be 40. Okay. But yeah, I'm just like, I can't believe, like, I thought like I was gonna be sitting here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I'm making 6 figures, and now I'm just like, fuck 6 figures. Like, okay, I need to make sure that we talking more than just like $100,000. We need to be talking between like 100,000, 300 plus $1,000 because $100,000 just ain't gonna cut it no more. Like, not for real, not for real, because it doesn't even matter like with the housing and because you get a house, let's say you get an apartment and you're spending money on something that you can't even invest in. You losing money every day that you are in this apartment and that you're spending however it is, whether it's the upkeep or or whatever. Even just the rent by itself, it's not doing anything for you. It's paying for you to live somewhere, of course, yes, but there is nothing in it for you outside of a roof. But then you look at buying a house and it's like, yeah, but houses are just as expensive, if it's not a little bit more, because there's sometimes a lot of upkeep that you got to do. You got to do your lawn and all of the other maintenance. You got to be the one that's in charge of all of that. And then you have your car. And then your car's insurance. And then the car's gas. And if you live in a place like where I live, I got to take a toll everywhere. There are some places, and now they're talking about putting tolls everywhere. So literally nobody's going to be safe. We all going to be driving around tolls, paying for something that we're already paying for. We are already paying for the streets. And then you're going to charge me again to pay for the streets again? And I don't have a choice because I have no way around it? That's wild.
Supply and demand.
I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Because I'm like, when I first moved to Florida, like, I really didn't even have to get on any tolls. There was really no tolls around in the main area. But now there's tolls everywhere. Even off of I-4, there are tolls. Mm-hmm. They weren't there before. Like, because I've been here since 2006, so I know I've seen it. Like, it's like you want to catch up and you want to try to make things at least sway a little better, but you're doing this, like the prices are going up and you're like, I'm trying, and you just never get to the top of that mountain. Just never do.
That's by design, though. Like I said, ever since the 80s, when the game and the rules changed, and we had that separation of classes again.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you go through and you look at the charts, you'll notice that gap after the 80s. It just expanded exponentially, right? And it's like the glass ceiling has been placed. I will let you see what you can achieve, but I'm gonna put these limitations down here to make it so that you can actually achieve what you think you can achieve.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that to be doom and gloom. What I am saying is that is the way that the system is designed to do.
Right.
There's always a glitch, Neo in the Matrix, though. You can, glitch out, and you can break past that glass ceiling. It's not something that is permanent. It's something that you have to figure out. What is everybody doing? And then do something different.
Right.
And the only reason that I say that is, and I know we get into, even with the podcast, we get into something that's completely saturated, right? But then it's like, but you have your niche. You have you. You are unique, right? So I always tell people to do what you love. Do whatever it is that you love to do. Find a way to monetize it. Right now, being on social media sites, I'm watching people blow up their accounts. They live all day, but at the same time, a lot of people are saying me being live all day is making more money than me working my regular 9 to 5. So you have to look at it like, okay, what's your potential? What do you bring to the table?
Right.
How can you separate yourself from everything that everyone else is doing? Be a part of that 1% and not a part of the 99%. But do what you love. Find a way to monetize it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard out there, but just gotta, like you said, you gotta do what works for you. I think that's really the main thing that we have to look at. It's the one thing that's gonna keep us surviving. That's the one thing I look at. It's like, if I can try to at least continue to keep my eyes on the things that I love doing, then I feel like even if I have hard times and things aren't looking the way that I want it to look right now, like, I feel like eventually I will get there. I just gotta stay positive about it and gotta keep pushing and don't stop pushing. Because when I stop pushing, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah,
Faith without works is dead, right?
that part.
Well, this has been another episode of All in One. I mean, as you guys can see, everybody goes through something. We have, you know what I'm saying? It's hard out here for a pimp. This is kind of what it is.
It's hard out here for a pimp. No, you gotta say it how she said it in the movie. Oh, pimp.
Oh, you gotta say fo. Can I say fo? Oh man, love Taraji. Like I said, man, this is another episode of All in One. Thank you guys for coming out. Don't forget to hit the merch stores. Check out our other videos. We're right here in these corners. Merch stores is in the description. Catch you guys on the next one. We're all in. All in one.